all members of this House. And I am hopeful that this spirit of cooperation and multi-partisanship will last beyond our current crisis. Our government will continue to act, Mr. Speaker. We will spare no cost in protecting the health and safety of Ontarians, and we will do everything necessary to support individuals, families, communities, businesses and industries in the trying times ahead. Speaker, we cannot deny the dark realities of the moment, but we must have hope. We must take solace in the Ontario spirit, see the good in those around us. We will get through this together. Know that your government is in your corner, fighting alongside you, making sure no one is left behind. Know that you are not alone. Speaker, we know that our great province will endure. Ontario will endure. We will recover, and we will prosper. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Further debate? I recognize the member for Hamilton West, Ancaster Dundas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to begin by acknowledging all the MPPs in the House on both sides of the aisle. You know, we all have a responsibility to our constituents and to all Ontarians, and this crisis is certainly going to be a test of our leadership. And, you know, we all have a responsibility to rise to this occasion. You know, in our own lives, for me as a parent and as a grandparent, I feel that I'm being called upon to stand tall in these difficult times. And as the Minister of Finance said, this is a moment that will define a generation. Lately, I have been thinking a lot about my grandparents. They lived through the Blitz in Great Britain, and I'm sure many of you have the same stories from your parents and grandparents. They probably have very similar histories. And, you know, they had to guide and protect their kids in the most difficult, unprecedented times, and I would suggest that we're facing those same kind of difficult times. But they did it, and what I remember is they did it with such generosity of spirit. And my mom and dad tell stories that, about how they had to ration food. And there was a famous story in my family about how my grandfather ate a whole month's worth of ration of cheese on one sandwich. And at the time, it was horrific, but that story keeps going down through my family. And so I think what we've learned from that is that we can learn lessons from the past, learn lessons on how to stand up and stand tall. And while my parents had to ration food, the thing that they never rationed was their kindness and their compassion for others. You know, we all have said this in the House today, that we survive and we will always survive by looking out for those around us. Our friends, our families, our neighbours, and most importantly, the vulnerable among us. So yes, this crisis is certainly a test of our leadership, and it is a test of our compassion for others. Thanks. Thank you. And as legislators, we do have the power to be kind, to provide relief, to ensure no one is left behind. What we do here as a government, it matters deeply. And we see governments across the world are looking like never before to governments for leadership and for relief in these times. And so we all know that we have seen weeks of layoffs. We have people being locked down. We've made it clear that poor and working-class people we've seen will bear a disproportionately big share of the pain from the coronavirus pandemic. As it stands, the economic effects of the COVID-19 crisis will mean difficult trade-offs for so many families in this province. Buy groceries or pay the heating bill, borrow to pay the rent on time, or miss the payment. But we know for many Canadians this has already been a reality for them. This has already been the norm. But it's even more so a problem looming for other people that never expected to be in this situation. You know, a recent Angus Reid poll just came out that said 44% of Canadians said that they or someone in their household has lost hours or work due to the economic downturn. 44% of Canadians. And of those who'd lost work, 62% said that they were afraid that they wouldn't be able to afford groceries. So these are desperate times indeed. But, you know, it doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to accept a situation that will leave so many in this province without